Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to SB with Gold Guard, where this week we're going to be talking about pushing limits. Now, what does this mean? Well, to me personally, it means pushing the limits of one character by increasing one stat specifically. Pushing it so much so that you actually max it out for that one specific character. And it's just an art in my opinion. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Alright everyone, so let's talk about pushing limits. So a good example here of a character that I push the limits of is Ranger. So if you guys probably already know, right? This is like one of the best creations that I've ever made. This is one of the best explorations that I've made that's actually become pretty successful, and that's Max Block Ranger. Now, I pushed the limits of Ranger on this one when it comes to actually block. Like, I literally put everything that I could to block. Technically, I still haven't maxed it out because, again, I'm free to play, so I'm kind of limited. I don't have orange clothes. I don't even have purple clothes. But yeah, this Ranger has been maxed out on block. Literally, I can't do anything else as a free to play. 199 is the maximum that you can get. And that is what this Ranger has. So this is what I'm talking about when I say pushing limits. It's when you just keep on increasing the stat of one character until it's just maxed out, until you can't increase it anymore, and then seeing the results of your work. Again, if you've seen my channel for a while, you know that Max Block Ranger has become really effective. Defensively, you can catch some pretty crazy 3-pointers or just mid-range, any shot, honestly. It's pretty crazy how far you can reach, and that's why I'm very happy with that. Another example I'd like to give you of pushing limits is when I pushed the limits of my Fire King. I've actually put max 3 on Fire King once, and it pretty much guarantees you 2 mid-range shot or 2 contested shots per game. And it's not actually impossible to get 3 or 4 contested shots, and believe it or not, I got shot on 5 times. Contested trees that all went in. 5 contested 3-pointers from a max 3 Fire King because they pushed the limits of their Fire King. I was defending them properly, and they shot on my face 5 times, and I was using Marcus with the interference talent. So that was already minus 7% accuracy for them, but they still shot 5 contested trees on my face as a max 3 Fire King. That is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about pushing limits, and I urge you to do it as an experiment or just, maining your character. I urge you to push your limits on those specific characters because it does work. And not only does it work, it's actually really fun. Again, another good example is Camille. A max mid-range Camille is very popular right now because, I'm not even joking, some Camille's that I've seen fakes 3 or 4 times and then shoots a fadeaway, and they still make it because their shot is not even normal disturbance, it's light disturbance. It's that light blue text. It says light disturbance, not even normal disturbance, after 4 fakes and a fadeaway. That is what I'm talking about, pushing limits. That is why I want you guys to also push the limits of your characters. It's just so cool. Pushing the limits of a Camille, max mid-range, 4 fakes, 1 fadeaway, still light disturbance, still going in. That's pretty nuts. Max 3 Fire King pushing its limits, 5 contested shots on your face. That is crazy. Pushing the limits, Max Block Ranger. I can pretty much just chase any 3-pointers I want as long as they don't have sniper. I'm chasing that. Even if it's a fadeaway, as long as it's not sniper, I'm chasing that. And even with sniper, I can still chase it from pretty far away. chasing sniper shots, fadeaways from far away, because I pushed the limits of my ranger and I pushed his block limit and maxed it out. That's why I urge you guys to also push the limits of your characters. Who knows? Let's see. Edward or Alto, max power Edward or max power Alto, very hard to block even with max power defenders. You're gonna see yourself dunking on a lot of bigs. If your name isn't Daisuke, if your name isn't Big Mike or Robbie, if your name isn't Alto, you're gonna be finding yourself dunking on a lot of bigs still, even if they make contact, because you push the limits and you put max power. It's really cool, guys. It really is. And I urge you guys to also push the limits of your other characters. Like this. Here's another example. I've made a max steel white, right? I push the limits of my white. Technically, it's still not max. I can still get level 3 intercept, pass on my talents. But once I get it, I have max intercept white already. I'm going to be excited for it. But yeah, I'm going to have to wait for an event to actually get those talent refresh cards. But yeah, I mentioned before, it isn't that consistent, but it is a little bit more consistent now because I did get finally intercept pass. So now I'm pushing the limits of my white's intercept, and I'm getting about 1 steal per 6 passes, as I've said before, which I should get, and I am getting it now. So that's pretty cool as well, because I'm pushing the steal / intercept limit of my white. Again, not only is it cool, but it's actually very effective as well. So again, I urge you guys to actually push the limits of your character as well. Who knows? Who knows what the next big thing might be? Let's say maybe it's actually a max speed Elise. Maybe that's the next big thing. Or maybe it's actually a max jump Julian. I've seen a Julian and a Robbie do that. I think they gave that Julian max jump, and he did a hop step, they screened him, and then he just dunks through Robbie. It was a pretty cool strategy. Who knows what the next big thing is? But yeah, I urge you guys to push the limits of your characters. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. I hope you found it somehow entertaining. And I'll catch you on the next one.